So a few weeks ago I released a series of videos using my wood gasification stoves to see whether or not I could come up with an alternative fuel, something that would be acceptable for use in the national parks where you're not allowed to pick up sticks off the ground or cut trees down, as well as ones I could use in the provincial parks or even the local city parks. I was looking for something that would not only boil water but also provide a grilling heat, so for hamburgers, steak, whatever else I wanted to grill for a meal. One of the videos I had done was with charcoal in my Solo Titan wood gasification stoves, and I was quite disappointed with the results. But at the end of the video I had mentioned that I had wondered what it would be like if I had mixed wood pellets with the charcoal, because wood pellets in a previous test proved to be a very good source as an alternative fuel. Too hot for grilling, but extremely effective and efficient for boiling water. So that's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to mix wood pellets with charcoal in my Lixada wood gasification stove. Now you may ask, why not the Solo Titan again? Well, one of the reasons is I found that through all the testing that I've done, that the two stoves effectively are the same as far as performance goes. There were some variations on day to day, but overall they're the same. The other reason why I want to use my Lixada is it has a built-in grate in the bottom that will hold the pellets from falling through. So I would have to use a modification to the Solo Titan to make that work. I just thought this is another alternative stove I hadn't tested yet, and I wanted to try it with the wood pellets and the charcoal. So if this is something you're interested in, stay tuned. So I'm really not sure what the best way to go about loading the stove is. Last time I had used 9 of these charcoal briquettes, and I was able to place them around effectively inside. So what I think I'm going to do is start with a layer of charcoal briquettes. And I can only fit 3 in when I do this, laying flat. And with that in place, I'm going to start putting some of the wood pellets in on top of it. I have 1 cup of wood pellets here that, 2 cups of wood pellets here that I'm going to distribute in here. I don't know if I'll use them all. So another layer of briquettes. Some more wood pellets. I've probably used about a cup so far. And my third layer of briquettes. And I think I'll use quite a bit more this time. I really don't know how this is going to turn out, but that's the reason why we're doing it. Alright, in the previous videos I had used a gel alcohol to get the fire going, and I had some comments about whether or not there was something alternative to that I could use. And I had mentioned that I felt that cotton ball soaked in petroleum jelly would work. So that's what I have here, a very soaked cotton ball. And I'm just going to lay that right on top of the pellets that are there. Light that up. And I do have a windscreen I'm going to put around this. This will provide not only protection for the flames, but also hopefully provide a little bit of shade so we can get a better idea of what's going on inside. So this looks like it may be starting quite slowly. I think I'm going to put the pot stand on just to give it a little wind protection as well. What I'll do is I'll let this catch for a little while, and I'll start the timer now. We'll see how long it takes before everything starts going, and then I'll turn the camera back on. So at 6 minutes into the test, I was watching the pellets, and the petroleum jelly soaked cotton ball didn't seem to be catching the pellets on very good. And as I watched, a little gust of wind came along and knocked this aluminum windscreen over, and when it did, it blew the flame out altogether. So I thought, okay, that's not a successful start. Maybe a gel of alcohol would have been a better choice, but I do have an alternative, and it's a zip light. It's one of those chemical compressed tabs that you can put under your charcoal, and I'm going to give that a try just to see what happens. Catches fast enough. I think I can put a few more pellets in on top of that right away. So restarting the test now, I now have 9 charcoal briquettes and 2 cups of hardwood pellets inside. So we'll see if this starts to catch on. Well, I don't like the smell of that smoke right now, I can tell you that. All right, I'll bring you back. So it's been almost 15 minutes since I lit that Zip barbecue lighter cube and placed it down inside the briquettes and covered it over with the charcoal briquettes. And I wanted to wait until I knew the barbecue cube was pretty much burnt out and by itself, and it was just the charcoal and the wood pellets burning. And that appears to be what's happening now. But even at this point, 15 minutes in, while the pellets are going well and the charcoal is beginning to light, I don't see any gasification taking place. But this still may be effective for boiling water on. I think I'll probably put the pot of water I have on to a boil, and we'll just continue to watch and see if gasification does start. So it's been just over 8 minutes since I put the water onto a boil, and yeah, very nice. We have a good boil going. But what do the pellets look like? Let's see if I can get those off, or the pot off. If I can create some shade, I think you should be able to see what's going on inside. So I do have gasification going on. The pellets are engaged, the charcoal is engaged. Good strong flame, much better than when it was charcoal alone. Not quite as forceful when it's wood pellets alone. So we do have a combination of heat levels going on. Not sure if this is grilling heat right now, but it certainly worked for boiling the water. But let's just watch it a little while longer and see if it comes to something that we can grill with. So I'm standing trying to cast a shadow over the stove. At 40 minutes into the test, I was watching the flames flicker and die out, and they did so. And what I'm seeing now is I'm seeing the charcoal burning, but I see a lot of unburnt wood pellets down inside. And the charcoal is, well, it seems to be going okay. You can see there's quite a bit of smoke there. So I did do a hand test, and I can get about 5 seconds over it. So it's not a very high heat, maybe the 300, 350 degree range. Can't say that I'm very happy with these results. I'm going to call the test here because the flames are just not coming back. And while that charcoal is going to continue to smolder there, it's certainly not going to be a gasifying state. And I think what's happening is that the wood pellets are blocking good airflow, the unburnt ones. Okay, I think we'll wrap it up. So what did I learn? Well, I don't think this is going to be something I would reach for when I'm going out to one of the national parks or even the local picnic parks in order to do some barbecuing. I don't think, based on my experience so far, that wood gasification stoves are intended for grilling over. They are great at putting out high heat. They are great at being very efficient and very smokeless. But grilling heat? No, I don't think so. I'm open to suggestions, of course. So at this point, I'm thinking that, this was one of those ideas that it sounded great. Maybe you can get the combination of the high heat put out by wood pellets that would temper the low heat that was put out by the charcoal, and you would get something in between. And I did. I got something in between. I got flame at a lower heat than just wood pellets alone. Still enough to boil water, but too much exposed and open flame to grill over. And of course, then at 40 minutes, we saw what happened where the flames just went out, and all we have left now is smoldering charcoal, not very efficiently at that, and certainly not hot enough to grill over. All right, how else are you going to know? That's what these tests are all about. I've got some other tests in mind though. So, if you found this video at all interesting, I would invite you to stay tuned for more videos. I have a few more tests I want to do. But in the meantime, do get out and explore. Do get out and take that path less traveled. It will make all the difference. Bye for now.